Those are the top available free agents according to the list that Shireen Williams carefully crafted at ProFootballTalk.com. 4 of the top 10 are spoken for via the franchise tag or the transition tag. Tyler Linderbaum. That's an interesting case because the Ravens really want to keep him, but they weren't going to pay the franchise tag rate because the franchise tag rate is based on offensive tackles. Franchise tag was like $9 million more than the market. You know, we've been talking about George Pickens' tag being far below the market. Linderbaum's grossly exceeds the market, so he's going to hit the road. He could go to the Chargers. He could go to the Bears, who suddenly have cash and cap space, and their center retired this week. Give me one move that you'd either like to see or you kind of think is going to happen, or a player, just any direction you want to go, and it doesn't happen until Monday at noon, but there's going to be a lot of talk this weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a report or two that, you know, exclusive sources say that when free agency opens, this team plans to strike a deal with that player. What are you looking for?
This move is not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd like to see it. The Kansas City Chiefs have taken some shots at wide receiver with mixed results. Rashee Rice, I don't know what, you just never know what's going on with him on the field, off the field. Xavier Worthy, mixed results. I would love to see the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes go after Alec Pierce. I'd love to see Alec Pierce and Patrick Mahomes. Like, Alec Pierce has had 9 quarterbacks, Mike. 9 quarterbacks, and he still has put up numbers. Last year, he's got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones goes out, and he's got Phillip Rivers. He's catching touchdown passes from Phillip Rivers. He's had to deal with Anthony Richardson and Sam Ehlinger and like all these guys. I'd love to see him in a situation with a great quarterback and see that down the field speed really show up for the Chiefs.
Chris Ballard tells the story of how they found Alec Pierce. They went to Cincinnati to take a look at Desmond Ridder as a quarterback option. And they're like, who's that guy running the routes? Who's that guy catching the passes? And that's how Alec Pierce landed on their radar screen. Tyler Biadasz, by the way, agreeing to terms with the Chargers. So no Tyler Linderbaum in L.A., maybe in Chicago. Look, this isn't a free agency move per se, but we're all watching and waiting to see what happens with Max Crosby and the Raiders. Are they going to trade him? Where will they trade him to? There's been some steam about Trey Hendrickson, who wasn't tagged by the Bengals, wanting to go to the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers were a team that was at least pondering the possibility of making an all-in move for Max Crosby. But I just feel like, and Tom, prove me wrong, I feel like the Raiders are going to find a way to screw this up. I feel like whatever they do, they've kind of slipped into that territory of chronic dysfunction where whatever they do, it's going to be a mistake. And I saw somebody make this point earlier. You know, with all the Alex Guerrero consternation as reported by Mike Silver, we think about Tom Brady's conflict of interest in terms of why is he allowed to do both jobs? And we don't think of it enough in terms of good luck doing both jobs.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to figure out how to run a football team when you're going all over the country making $37.5 million a year for Fox. And at some point, the Raiders need to ask themselves, is this really helping us? Mark Davis has to ask himself, I wanted a new friend, wanted a new pal, wanted a cool guy who'll accept me. John Gruden was gone. Maybe Tom Brady's not the answer. At some point, it's going to be fair to ask that question. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.